Okay, so with that being said, now tell me, how did you start off with the early days of training?
Man, it started training in my backyard. I started training in my backyard. I have a acre land. I have a studio in the backyard, and I opened it up and I started training young kids. I actually trained Spanish guys. My first person was a Spanish guy, and man, I would always train him, and I could never really speak English to him. So I always say A, B, C, D. So like uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Right.
So oh, andale, andale, and I was trying to train him in Spanish, and that was really my earlier days. Then a lot of friends that was in the neighborhood, that young kids, and my nephew and cousins, and I started training a bunch of, and it started growing and growing to the point that I was training this kid, Jerome Quigley and Donna Miller, and Daryl Davis, and a few other of my early back in 2004, 3 and 4. And at the same time, guy who was the world champion today, Gary Russell.
Oh.
So I was the strength fitness trainer for him and his brother Alan. And his other brothers were like little kids. So I would train Gary and his brother like every single day. I'd pick him up from home, bring him to the gym. We were training him, and my other guys. And I was a strength trainer, that is.
Okay.
So we alternate. Then it got to the point where, like little highlights. Gary had to go to the Olympic trials. We went to the Olympic trials. Me and his dad and Herb went to the Olympic trials with him. We went to Houston, Texas, where, man, that was the hardest, where, he lost his first fight. Then he went on to meet the Olympic team, and we were crazy excited for him. So right after that, we're going to China, man. Getting ready to go to China for the Olympics. So, we went
How was that?
What? We're going to China.
Serious experience.
China, man. I mean, what it is this. I mean, I came from the Bahamas as a boxer, and I went ahead and boxing, I thought was supposed to be me, but it wasn't. I mean, the way my cards were dealt, it wasn't me. Then it came to the point where, during that time I trained with everybody. I trained with Sean B. Mitchell, Joppy, Keith Holmes, all of these world champions, Darryl Coley, all of us trained together. Then it came to the point where I'm actually training this kid who made the U.S. Olympic team. And that was to my point where I figured, I said, you know what?
You're right there.
Yeah. So, but it was crazy because I was on the Great Wall of China. I was in China and I was on the phone, cell phone, I'm calling home. I'm calling my family at home. Yo, guys, I'm in China. So I'm on the Great Wall of China training. And I was like, okay, I figured out my mission in life. God was like, okay, Floyd, it's not about you being a world champion. It's about you having a lot of champions. So when I came back home, well, before I came back home, the Bahamas made me the Olympic coach. Okay. So I became an Olympic coach for the Bahamas. Just as I came back, I got a phone call and, want you on the team. Next thing you know, we got a flight. We're going to India. So I'm flying to India. And that's when I met Kobe Breedy, which is my fighter today, Kobe.
Right.
So I met Kobe in India. Then the Bahamas had me flying all over the place. We came back, and me and Gary went his way, I went my way. Gary became world champion. So now he's world champion. Cool. So my whole thing is I need to create my own world champion. And every country I kept going to, I keep seeing the same little kid, Kobe Breedy, in different countries, in Panama and Ecuador. We became really good friends at the World Games in Azerbaijan, Russia, back behind Russia. So right after we became friends, I said, yo, after Olympics come to America, turn pro, let's make it happen. So he came back to America and, started working with me as a fighter. Now he's ranked 20 in the world. He's up and coming. But as far as everybody else, I mean, I've trained so many people. A lot of my clients went on to become trainers. I'm super excited for one of my fighters, one of my guys I trained, Daryl Davis. His fighter just won this past Sunday at the World Games. The first fighter to win a gold medal in a decade.
I'm glad you touched on that because I saw that story on Fox 5 and I posted it on my Facebook page.
So that's my fighter. Okay. That's my father's fighter.
Okay, I need to talk to him. If you can get that for me, I'd like to talk to that young man.
So it's like, Daryl is one of my good fighters. Right? Daryl is hardcore. But I need to control himself. He had to control himself. But it's like, I felt really good about it because it's like, it wasn't for me, it'd have been no Daryl. If it wasn't for no Daryl, it might be no Jamal. Because all of the influence and everything.